Let's make it a little bigger. Okay, counseling the wayward student. One professor's wise approach. A certain college professor was loved like a father by his students. One day he invited a student who had been leading an irregular life to his house and spoke to him as follows. These days, do you ever call your parents or write to them? Sometimes. How many times a month? Once or twice. Very good. What kind of things do you tell them? I call them when I need money, came the shamefaced answer. Nothing wrong with that. When you're short of money, it's better to rely on your parents than to borrow from friends. Is that all you tell them in your letters and phone calls, that you need cash? Yes, said the student, squirming. The professor sat up straight, a deep light shining in his eyes. Here's why I called you over today. I want you to write to your parents once a week from now on. Tell them anything, that you got up early, that you had cereal for breakfast, or pizza for lunch, or Chinese takeout for dinner. Any little thing will do. But tell them all about it, will you? The student had such respect for the professor that he did as told without stopping to think about the underlying meaning of the request. His parents, having never heard anything from their son but pleas for money, had been worried about him. Now they could relax, and they were overjoyed. They in turn began to write to him and call from time to time with news about home, and now and then they would send him treats. The student had been partying hard, but because he couldn't always lie about his behavior, he slowly changed. Once he understood how much his parents cared about him, he began to study harder. In this way, a student with a bad reputation settled down and began to lead a simple, wholesome life, all because of the professor's wise tactic. Okay, very good. So every time we read these stories, we can think about what principle of Buddhism is being illustrated here. And there could be quite a few, but based on the time we have, we can focus on some. And probably the main principle here is the importance of encountering good conditions. This professor, because he was so wise and kind, and the student had some ties with him, so that's a very good condition. And sometimes our life can get completely transformed when we encounter the right person, the right teacher, the good friends, even if we feel we are not capable of accomplishing much on our own. So the condition becomes very important, because causes alone cannot bring about the results. Yeah, and then also, it's very good to write to our parents or make a phone call and just say ordinary things. It's very easy. And also, it's good for our own memory too, because when we don't talk about what we eat or what we do little by little, we forget everything. And if we don't have much interaction with people, yeah, some people suffer from feeling of being invisible. So yeah, we can plant the seeds, reaching out to others, our parents, and letting them know simple things briefly. And then, especially for parents, because they always have a lot of concern about their children, even if they don't voice it out. So they became so happy that they too started calling him or writing to him and sending him treats. So the relationship becomes mutual, like once reciprocation starts, We give and we receive in turn. We give and we receive. It's like playing tennis in a court ball very smoothly and beautifully, harmoniously. Both parties become happy and enjoy the activity. So that's a very simple, wholesome life, all because of the professor's wise tactic. So good job, everyone, for being here, seeking good conditions together here. Today's Monday. We're going to have Right View Lab, 8 p.m. Pacific, and have a wonderful start of your week. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary, and everyone. Bye-bye.